everyone, welcome back to my another Learn PowerShell with Fun session. And in this video, we are going to getting to know the PowerShell help system. Goodbye Google and hello GitHelp, and that's gonna be all of it. So want help? Get help. So when it comes to PowerShell, just like every other product has the manual, this also comes with its built-in help system. But unlike other manuals, you cannot just ignore the PowerShell help system and you cannot say to yourself that you can easily figure it out, because you cannot. And keep this in mind that if you want to learn PowerShell at its best, you must learn how to use the help system. And I'm here to help you all to learn the same. So, importance of the PowerShell help system. So, for a long time you've been doing things manually, and now that you are interested in learning PowerShell, now you come to a point that you need to perform a task, but heck, you don't know which command to use. Good. Pick up the PowerShell help system and it will help you out as its name says. And you found the command but don't know how to use it. Good. Pick up the PowerShell help system and it will blow you away. And you ran the command finally but got errors. Good. Pick up the PowerShell help system and it will teach you how to run the command properly. I've been a novice guy in PowerShell and well experienced guy in PowerShell, but I choose the PowerShell help system over the Google every freaking time. If you haven't watched Wolf of Wall Street, please do. It's a very good movie, and besides, watch it alone. Know what I mean? Okay, next slide. So sometimes when you try to use the help system to find a certain command, you will not get it, and that shows your PowerShell help system is not up to date. So Microsoft included a new feature beginning with PowerShell version 3 called updatable help. So updating PowerShell's help should be your first task. So in order to update the help, you have to run the PowerShell as an admin first. And all you have to do is run this commandlet called update-help. So it will connect to internet and update you your help content. And I'll just show you a quick demo of how to do it. PowerShell and run as administrator. Yes. And now we are going to run update-help. So it will connect to the internet and then it will download all the new help system into my local computer. So usually this is how it will work, and it may take few minutes, and I don't want to waste your time here. But this is what you are going to do once you are done with the session. So I'll just minimize it or close it down because I have already did it once, like a couple of days before. So I'll just close it down. So the main recommendation is here to update your help system at least every once in a month. That will be enough. Yes, update them a little bit. And you can get this question like, hey wait, one of my servers doesn't have the internet and what should I do in that case? That would be the good question. And that's when save help commandlet comes into the picture. So what it does is you have to run this command on a server which has the internet. So it will just download the help and then save it to an alternative location that is accessible to that server which doesn't have the internet. So this is the command save help and destination path. You just give ctemp and I just created a folder called ps help, and once I run it, it will download and then save the help files in this folder. And once we have downloaded them, we have to copy those help system and paste it to the server which doesn't have the internet. And once you have copied them, then all you have to do is use update help, and the source path you just give the path. So this ps help path will have all the file system that you copied from this server and this server, so that it will get updated. So it is not necessary that your server or the computer must have the internet. So let's come to the main part of the video, that is how to use the help system. So all you need to remember is get help. Yes, just that. And this is the commandlet you are going to use to get the help for any commandlets. But is that true? It's not 100% true that you have to use the get hyphen help, but you can just use help as well instead of going with the full get hyphen help. But is there a difference between them, like using get help and then just help? Yes, there is a slight difference between these two, but I will get back to this later. So I will show you this around when we are going with the demo part. So now let's see how we can find the commandlet with get help. So the first thing we need to do is just guess. For example, let's say I want to find the commandlets related to service. For example, we are getting email alert saying maybe print spooler, that service got stopped and we have to start it. Basically, all we will do is we'll just go to the services.msc, which I already opened here, and we'll come here and see, oh, print spooler, it's in stopped state, and I'll just click on the start and it will start it. But how can I do it in PowerShell? So let's check that. Let's cancel that. So all we have to try is get hyphen help and then asterisk service asterisk or store service store. But in PowerShell this is called a wildcard. So what it does is it will try to bring out all the commandlets which has service in its name. It's a demo time. ls get hyphen help asterisk service, and if you see you will be amazed that because it has too many things here, too many commandlets which has the service in their name. But if you just look at the first thing, the first requirement is to get the service. So if you see get hyphen service, so this will be the command which will help us complete our requirement. We found the commandlet which is get service, but we don't know how to use the get service. So for that, what we are going to do, we are going to use the same get hyphen help commandlet and we'll give get hyphen service. And if you look at here, whenever you are using the help system to know how to use a certain command, this is the template you will get. So it will always have the name, the commandlet synapses, shows what it does, and the syntax. So this is how the commandlet has to be executed, and the description, related links, and remarks. So each one of the help system will have all these things here. But the syntax is the main thing which will let you know how to run a certain command. But if you look at here, it's kind of an alien for us because it's like we don't understand what it is. There are many unknown things here, but I'm not going to cover what how we can read and understand the syntax. So this will be covered in the next session because this will take some time. But for now, basically what we have to get is we have to find the service which is print spooler, and since syntax also we don't know how to use it, there is another thing you can try, which is get help. If you look at the remark section, you will see to see the example, type get help get service examples. Very well. So let me just copy it. Even Control C works here in the newer version of PowerShell. Then right click and hit enter. So if we look at here, we got like an example 9, 10 examples we got. Let's check from the beginning and get hyphen service, display name, network, star, network star. And from our case, if we look at the services, so click. So the service name is Spooler and display name is Print Spooler. So I'll just go with Print Spooler, or I can even go with print. Let's say get hyphen service, and then if you look at here in the example, get service, and the parameter name is going to be display name, and then they are using the wildcard to find all the network related commands, but we are going to get the print related commands. So I just type disp or dis and I hit tab. I'll get the display name autofilled, and now I'll just go with a wildcard with print in it. And if you see, I got three things, and I also got print spooler. And if you look at the status, it is stopped, and the name is spooler, and display name is print spooler. And the next thing, we have to start it. And how we are going to get it? Let's guess once again. So get hyphen help, and since the requirement is start the service, I'll just go with start wildcard, and then I'll just service. And if I see here, we have the start service already. And if you look at the synapses, starts one or more stopped services. Very well, that's what we wanted to do as well. And how I'm going to use the start service, I use get help and start service, hit enter. And again, we don't know how to use the start syntax for now, and I'll just go with the examples. I'll just copy it and paste. And start service, display name, remote. So I'll just go with that. So if I go with start service, display name, or even I can go with the name as well. And since we know the name of the print spooler is just spooler, I'll just type it and hit enter. Oops. Okay, since it gives an error. Oh, I think I forgot to run the PowerShell as administrator. So now if I go with again start service, enter, now I was able to start it. So now coming back, and now if I check the status, like get service, and last time we used display name and then print spooler, but this time, just like we did previously, I'll just go with spooler, and voila, see the status running now, name spooler, display name, print spooler. So this is the basic thing you can try when you don't know how to read the syntax. So the demo part is for the services is over there. Okay, there are frequently used get help commands, which are get help hyphen get service with full details, example, online, and show window. Let's just quickly go through each one of them. Get help, get service, and I'll go with full. And if you noticed, it gives all the information together. See, syntax, description, and with the parameters as well. For each parameter, it gives you the complete explanation of how you can use it, like is it required, position, or what is the default value, accept pipeline input, yes or no, or true or false, so accept wildcard characters. So each one of the parameters is given with the complete explanation, and also it has the examples as well with it. And even if you go with the detailed, it will be also contains almost same as the full, so it will give the detailed information of the command lead. And if we go with examples, which we already did, it gives only the example. And the next thing, if we go with hang on a second, I'll just close it. And if I go with online, what it does, it will just open up the browser, the default browser. So from browser it will be neat and clean. For your comfort, you can use the online as well. It has everything detailed, and it will also have the examples. So yeah. And the next thing, show window. And this will be interesting, and this open ups the help system in a separate window, and this will have the detailed information of each one of them, each one of the parameters, and it will also contains the examples, so you can just read it out. So there is something called about topics in PowerShell, which will give you vast information of different sets of topics and useful topics. So how can I find them? If you have guessed it correctly, go ahead with get help and then about hashtag or the wildcard. So if I go with that, say less, get help and about hashtag. See, there are many about topics, and for example, if I go with that, so let's go with about WMI. I get help about WMI, and it will just give you all the information about the WMI, all theoretical parts, all the useful things. So just like I said, it gives a lot of useful informations, and I recommend you to go through just one topic a day. So you will be amazed at at the end of the month you will be knowing many things about PowerShell. You will have a good knowledge on that. And I was talking about get help and help, right? If we are going with get help and let's say get service and full, just pay attention to this. I hit enter and see how many pages I got. There are many information I got all at once. And now let me go with just help instead of get help, and the same command just without get hyphen. And if I hit enter, now you notice, see, I get only the one page, first page. And if I press space or enter, I'll get the next page. So this help is just another PowerShell function. This will help you to get the help content page by page instead of all at once. Now since you know this, you don't need to necessarily type get hyphen help all the time. You can just go with help get service. It gets the same thing but page by page. So yes, that's the difference between the get help and the help. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for learning, and in the next video we will clearly talk about how you can use the syntax, how you can understand them, how exactly you can use them, what are the different parameters we have. Everything I will explain you in the next video. So until then, if you like the video, hit like, subscribe and press the bell icon so you will get my all the notifications right at your mobile screen. Once again, thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye.